Before the video starts, make sure to check out my Patreon, where you can get exclusive benefits from early access to sponsorships. If you would like to join, click the link in the description below and select one of these levels and become a JonJon Army member. And now let's get on to the video. Welcome everyone to a brand new Photoshop tutorial. In this tutorial I'm going to show you guys how to create that banner I use in my videos, like you see in the top left hand corner in Photoshop. Y'all were wondering how I made that banner icon. Well, I use Photoshop to make it. So without further ado, let's get right into the tutorial. What you gotta do is open up Photoshop. If you do not have Photoshop, there will be a link in the description below. And once you fully install Photoshop, you will be presented a home screen. Yours is going to be different from mine. What you gotta do is create new, where the button says create new. It's going to give you a new document window. We're going to use, when you get this window pop-up, you should have the default Photoshop size. I'm going to use my YouTube thumbnail preset, which is 1920. Make sure you set the pixels. Yours can be set to as inches. Make sure you set the pixels first, then 1920 by 1920 for the width, and 1080 for the height. Orientation is landscape. Resolution is 72 pixels inch. Background content is transparent, and we're gonna name this to banner icon. Then once you're satisfied with your settings, you hit this blue create button. It will create the file. And the newest versions of Photoshop, the custom shapes that were in the previous versions of Photoshop is in the legacy, or to access those, like how I go to, damn it, not just ruined it. If you go to our toolbar, you don't see the toolbar, go to window, scroll down, and select tools. Where above the hand and the cursor, you should take that. It should be like the rectangle tool, and around it, rectangle tool. What we want to go to is custom shape tool. You should have leaf, and you click this little drop down box. You should have leaf trees, wild animals, boats, flowers by default. In order to access the legacy shapes, what you gotta do is go to window, shapes, where this hamburger bun is at. Click that, select legacy shapes and more. It'll add that extra folder. If we go here, it'll pop here as well. We want to go to this legacy shapes and more. We want all legacy default shapes. The first one we're going to do is the shapes folder. Go to the shapes folder, select this rectangle. You can change the fill color if you want. It can be white, red, any colors of the rainbow. For me, I'm gonna keep it as white. And for the stroke, it's gonna be a black stroke, about 5 pixels. All I do is left click, hold down Alt, and just drag it out. Then select the move tool, press Ctrl T on my keyboard, do the free transform tool, free transform. Try and get this in place. Rotate this. Rotate this by negative 52 degrees. Then we can move this. And we can adjust this to our liking. Select, hold down shift. And move this around. And just bring this around a little bit more. I'm gonna keep it like that and press enter on my keyboard. I'm gonna right click the triangle. This the layers. Right click, rasterize the layer. Then now we're gonna go back to our custom shapes tool. Drop down menu, select the square, the fill in square. This time it's gonna be filled in red. And with the stroke of 5 pixels. I'll just click and drag it out. Rasterize the layer. Right click, blending options. Then select bevel emboss. Bring this in a little closer so y'all can see. Right click, blending options, bevel and emboss. Do a contour. Select the bevel and emboss. We want a outer bevel. Or emboss. We can modify the size if we want. I'm gonna say around 23 should be a good one. And with a little bit of softness, like about 4 for the softness or the soften. Then we just click OK. We can duplicate this one. Simply pressing Ctrl J to duplicate. This one is gonna be shrinking, and this one's gonna be like tilted a little bit more. Enter. I'll bring this one to the bottom. Call this bar 1. I'm gonna call this bar 2. And I'm gonna use the arrow keys to move this down like below, just like that. And this one, we're gonna change this one by right clicking blending options. We're going to choose a color. We're going to take the color overlay. I'm going to switch this one to an orange. I'm going to select a stroke. right click black. With a 5 for the size, and click OK. Go back and do this one. Alright. Now we can group these by pressing click on the bottom bar and press Control and click on the top one and press Control G to group and Control E to finalize that. They're all in one piece. Now we can move around, size it to whatever we want. Alright, now we're going to add some text here. We're going to add a new layer. Select our type tool and type bar. Horizontal type tool. I'm going to be using the font Beb is new. Link to the font will be in the description. I'm going to change the font color to white. Then left click. I'm going to type in tutorials, gaming. I'm gonna hit that check mark. Select the move tool, press Control T, hold down Alt and click and drag in to resize it. Enter to verify the location, and you can use the arrow keys to move it around as well. I'm going to right click, blending options, select a stroke. No, I don't want the bevel emboss on this one. Stroke, 5-point pixel. Now we can duplicate this text. Control J, duplicate. Control T. And we're going to double click the text and we're going to go and type in and more. Hit the check mark and bring this in. There we go. And we take these two and we're going to put it in a folder. I'll call this banner text. There. Alright, so now we can add like a subscribe button. You can add your icon in here. I'm gonna import my icon by go to my folder, drag and drop into Photoshop. You should be able to drag and drop photos into Photoshop. It's going to take a few moments to insert it. Got a little anime picture of me. I'm going to right click, rasterize the layer. I'm going to select in my toolbar. I'm going to find my magic wand tool. Right click in here and select magic wand tool and select the part of the photo I want delete. Keep on doing this. Control D to get rid of the selection. Now to get rid of this, for me to get rid of this outline, because I used the quick selection screenshot tool, I'm gonna select the eraser tool. I'm gonna simply get rid of these red lines, just like that. Take your time. There's no need to rush. There we go. Select the move tool. Bring this up to 50. I'll just drag and drop this guy, and I'm gonna press Control T to resize them. And the size I want. Once I'm satisfied with my selection, I hit enter, and I'll bring this one from here to make him go, have this on top, him on the bottom. To me that looks like it's perfect. Now we can add the YouTube subscribe button, and I'll show you how to add that cursor. I'm gonna go to my File Explorer and search for the YouTube subscribe button, which is right here. Just drag and drop. I'll just like rotate it by somewhere between 9 to 10 degrees. -9 to -10 degrees. Hit enter. Right click, rasterize layer. Right click, blend the options. Add the stroke. And we can add a drop shadow. Oh, the drop shadow ain't gonna work. Well, a drop shadow can be cool. I'll say around 10. 10 should be good. Click OK. There we go. That's what we got so far. Subscribe. Alright, we're gonna go back to our custom shape tool. Select the drop down menu. This time, instead of shapes, we're gonna be using the symbols. Toggle that drop down menu, scroll down, and right here, here's the mouse cursor. Mouse cursor is gonna be white and with a black stroke with 5 pixels. That's what we want. Now we click and left and alt, drag out. Alright, I'm gonna select the move tool. I'm gonna bring it to here. Press Control T on my keyboard, transport it to resize it. Enter to verify. Rasterize the layer, get rid of those blue dots, and just select the area where I want that. Select position it where I want it. Right here between the B and the S, and it should be good. You can put this mouse cursor wherever you want, because it's gonna be your banner. It's your banner. I'm teaching you how to create one in Photoshop. I'm giving you the skills. I'm showing you how to use. Shit. I'm giving you the skills on how to create one. So you also give me the tools to create this, so you can do it yourself. Now we can group the subscribe and the cursor together, but it's like we did earlier with these two rectangles with a cursor selected, and we just press Control and left click on YouTube subscribe. Make sure those two are highlighted. Press G, press E, and we go ahead and rename them by clicking on the group, the layer name. And I'm gonna call this one subscribe button. And it's all in one piece. And we can move it, position it, resize it any way we want. Alright. Alright. That looks good to me. Once you're satisfied with this banner, go to File, Save As. Before we save it as a PNG, we're gonna save it to our cloud documents. Make sure you have an account with Adobe. If you don't have an account with Adobe, you can go to adobe.com and sign up for a free account. I'm gonna select Save to Cloud Documents. I already have an account with Adobe because I've been using Adobe for 3 years. I'm gonna keep it the same way I entitled it. I'm gonna click Save, so I can have a backup copy. So when I need to go modify something, I can go back here and modify it. Or you can save it as a PSD file. Once you're satisfied, then we go over the file again, save as, save on your computer. For me, I'm gonna save it to my Creative Cloud files. Make sure I have banner icon. I'm gonna make sure where it says save as type, Photoshop. Click that drop down menu, select PNG. It's between portable bitmap and Pixar. Click PNG. You want it as a PNG. If you set it as a JPEG, it's not gonna work in your videos. Make sure you set it as a PNG, which is transparent. And you click Save. And click OK. Now if we can go where we saved it before, and we titled it as banner icon, and there it is right there. That is simply how to create a YouTube banner icon in Photoshop. You can use this in your videos. If you don't want to create one from scratch, I will link I can give you guys the project file, which will be linked in the description below for y'all that can download for free. And you can modify it to any liking, to your liking. So there'll be a PSD file for y'all to go download from my website for free. Y'all can play around with this and make it to your satisfactory. So thank you guys. If you're new here, please subscribe with the notification bell. Click you don't want to miss a single upload, stream, or premiere I come to this channel. I'll see you guys. Also, don't forget to check join the Discord server to meet other YouTubers. Also, if you want awesome animations for YouTube videos, link in the description for a $5 off coupon for creator set. That's where that's how my animation lower thirds, and that's how I've been using them. So thank you guys very much for watching. I'll see you guys in a new video.